Yuka and I are going to be playing Harry Potter Wizard's Chess.
You can either king, king.
Unfortunately, we didn't have time to finish. This is Will Buchanan reporting for the Walk for Liberty. Looks like a fish and wildlife law enforcer is busting somebody. Even though the law enforcement officer didn't see me, I felt a little bit nervous taking that video. I was afraid he might try to do something to me for videoing him. It's June 12th, 2008, day 60. I never even knew there were fish and wildlife law enforcers. The term law enforcer just seems so intimidating and scary, which is, I'm sure, exactly what they want you to feel. He wasn't just some bureaucratic park ranger. I'm sure he had a gun and probably could have even arrested that guy if he felt it was necessary. And then who knows what would have happened to his kid who was with him. And what was the man really even doing that was so wrong? And how does it help anybody for the man to have to pay a fine to the government because he was fishing? And because he hadn't previously paid another fee to the government to get permission from them to fish. I'm not sure why having that one little piece of paper from the government, plus having paid them some money, makes fishing okay, whereas someone who hasn't paid that money is somehow doing something wrong. And what is that money going toward exactly? Why, to the law enforcement and other bureaucrats who enforce that fishing permit scheme, of course. The real problem is government control of the waterways and apparently the fish within them as well. A better solution would be for private individuals and/or businesses to own the waterways. They could then decide whether or not to allow people to fish on their property, and if so, whether they would have to pay for the use of that property. You might be thinking to yourself, why is this any different or better than the government ownership scheme? For one, there's the issue of where the property, i.e. the water, was acquired from. An individual would have to purchase it legitimately from money that he had earned himself. Whereas government can either just decree it's theirs, take it through force via eminent domain, or if they do happen to purchase it, they would be purchasing it with stolen money, which are people's tax dollars. And then there's the fact that a market-based solution, such as a person owning it, is much more efficient and sustainable over the long term. A person who owns the water would have a strong incentive not to let it get overfished, and would start to charge higher prices if more people wanted to fish in it, thereby preventing it from being overfished through the forces of the market. The same way that businesses change the prices of items for any scarce commodity, such as food or toilet paper. The government doesn't have any real market-based incentive to maintain the waterway and the fish in it, whereas a private owner would. Since if they lose their resource, they've lost their investment. We're getting ready to cross this bridge into the political delineation of Idaho. We used to have whole bushes of a berry tree on the road outside our house when we were growing up. I think it might be this kind, which could be mulberries. Brooke was born in Idaho, at least the geographical landmass.
are like that. You try to pick the candidate who's the closest to what you believe.
We might have just happened upon a good way to get press coverage for the Walk for Liberty. A few days ago, I had emailed the city editor for the Lewiston Tribune and told them that we were going to be passing through Lewiston. He had never gotten back to me though. So since we were passing right by the newspaper's office on our walk, we decided to stop in and talk to them. I was able to talk to the city editor when we got there, and he said our email didn't ring a bell. However, he did assign a reporter to talk to us, who sat down with us probably close to an hour asking us questions. And a photographer took some pictures of us as well. I got the reporter's email address, so we'll see what comes of it. We had also tried the same technique with the Dalles Chronicle in Oregon, but apparently they had to send all the reporters to cover a Bill Clinton speech in a nearby town. Calm and see the unique crystal.
Where are you headed?
New Hampshire. Is this a log capturing robot? I don't know if we're authorized vehicles. Just say no to deer. It's the biggest little tackle shop by a damn sight. That's got to be the nicest mobile home I've ever seen. 1 liter of water, 99 cents. 1 liter of Coke, 89 cents. Stretching at the end of a long walk, priceless. Here's how far we walked today, and our GPS coordinates. This is Will Buchanan for blog.walkforliberty.com, signing off.